Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel where learning English is always easy and fun. I'm Maya, and I'm so glad you're spending some time with us today.
And I'm Jack. Hello, Maya, and hi to all our wonderful listeners out there. Wow, it is so good to be back in the studio. I have to say, I am incredibly excited for today's episode.
I can definitely tell, Jack. You've got this massive smile on your face today. You look like you just won the lottery. How are you doing?
I feel great, thank you. I've got my favorite hot green tea right here. The weather outside is beautiful, and I'm just so ready to chat. How about you, Maya? How has your week been?
Oh, I am doing wonderful. I'm especially happy because our topic today is so warm, cozy, and relatable. It's all about friends, food, and the art of having an easy conversation.
Food. You know me, Maya. I absolutely love food. Eating it, talking about it, thinking about it, and well, I love talking in general, so this episode is basically made for me.
Yes, Jack, we all know you love to talk. It's your superpower. But before we get into our main topic and break down today's conversation, we have a quick, small favor to ask our fantastic listeners.
Yes, absolutely. If you enjoy listening to our podcast and find it helpful, please go ahead and click that like button right now. It takes just a second, but it is a massive help for us and our channel.
It really does help us reach more English learners around the world. And while you're at it, please hit subscribe so you never miss any of our new episodes. If you have a friend who is practicing their English, go ahead and share this with them. Learning with a buddy is always much more enjoyable.
Definitely. Sharing is caring. Now, Maya, I'm ready. Let's get into today's dialogue. Who are we listening to today, and what are they up to?
Today, we're looking at a conversation between two friends, Mike and Sarah. They are just having a very casual, friendly chat about their day, cooking, and making weekend plans. I love their dialogue because it's packed with everyday English expressions that are perfect for beginners.
Awesome. Mike and Sarah always have the best conversations. Let's break down what they said, starting from the very beginning.
So, Sarah starts by asking Mike, "How was your day?" This is such a classic, natural opener. We use was because the day is already winding down or we're talking about the past.
Right. It's so much better than just a plain hello. And Mike replies, "It was good. Thank you." And then he immediately asks, "How about yours?" I absolutely love that phrase. How about yours? It is so quick, natural, and friendly.
It really is a great conversational shortcut. Instead of repeating the whole question, "How was your day?" he just says, "How about yours?" It keeps the flow going effortlessly.
Exactly. I use it all the time. Like if someone asks me how my weekend was, I'll say, "It was great. How about yours?" It works in almost any situation.
Yes, and then Sarah says something very common. She says, "It was a bit busy." That little word, a bit, is extremely popular in conversational English, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. A bit just means a little. It's a way to soften your sentences. Instead of saying, "I'm exhausted," you might say, "I'm a bit tired," or "The soup is a bit hot." It sounds very natural and polite.
And then Sarah mentions she feels happy because she cooked dinner. She says, "I cooked dinner," using the past tense cooked because she already finished it. And Mike responds with, "That's nice." I really like that simple response.
Yes, it shows you are actively listening and being supportive. Whenever a friend shares something positive, giving a quick, warm response like, "That's nice," or "That's great," keeps the positive energy alive in the conversation.
It really does. Then, when Sarah explains she made pasta with chicken and vegetables, Mike says, "That sounds delicious." This is a fantastic phrase to use when you're talking about food that you can't see or taste yet, but it just sounds amazing.
Yes, and you can use "that sounds" with so many different adjectives, like "that sounds fun," "that sounds difficult," or even "that sounds like a great plan." It's super versatile.
It really is. Then they get into the topic of cooking itself. Sarah says she enjoys cooking because it helps her relax, but Mike admits, "I usually order food because I don't cook very well." I think a lot of people can relate to Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Ordering food is so easy nowadays. But Sarah gives him some great encouragement. She says, "Cooking is easier than it looks." That's one of my favorite idioms. Easier than it looks means it might seem complicated from the outside, but once you actually try doing it, it's surprisingly simple.
I think that applies to so many things in life, Jack, especially learning a new language like English. It might seem really difficult at first, but once you start practicing and talking with us, it's much easier than it looks.
That is a beautiful point, Maya. It really is. So, after that, Mike asks Sarah if she can teach him one day. And she says, "Of course, we can cook together sometime." I like the word sometime here. It just means a vague point in the future.
Yes, but Mike wants to make it concrete. He asks, "When are you free?" This is the perfect go-to question for making plans with friends. It literally means, when do you have free time?
And Sarah suggests, "How about Saturday afternoon?" Notice how she uses how about again. But this time, she's not asking a question back. She's making a suggestion. How about pizza tonight? Or how about we go to the park? It's a very friendly way to offer an idea.
Exactly. And Mike agrees, saying, "Saturday afternoon is perfect for me." Then they settle the details. Sarah says, "Let's meet at my place at 4 p.m. For our beginners listening, my place is just a casual, common way to say my house or my apartment.
And pay attention to the little word at. We use at for specific times, like at 4 p.m., and also for locations, like at my place. Mike confirms the plan by saying, "Okay, I'll be there at 4 p.m. on Saturday." Confirming is super important so there are no misunderstandings.
Definitely. And Sarah's reaction is just one word: awesome. It's such a fun, positive word for great or fantastic. And finally, Mike ends with, "I'm looking forward to it." This is a slightly more advanced phrase, but so useful.
Yes, looking forward to it means you are feeling excited and happy about a future event. I use it all the time when ending a conversation about plans. It leaves a very warm, positive impression.
It really does. You know, Jack, listening to them talk about pasta makes me incredibly hungry. Are you a good cook, or are you more like Mike?
Well, I try, but I've definitely had some disasters. Once, I tried to make a big dinner for my friends, and I completely forgot the salt. Just salt. But let me tell you, without salt, food tastes like cardboard. My friends were very polite, but I knew it was terrible.
Oh no, that's how we learn, right? We make mistakes, we laugh about them, and we get better. And the exact same thing goes for learning English. If you make a small mistake, like using in Saturday instead of on Saturday, don't stress. We still understand you, and next time you'll remember on Saturday.
Absolutely, Maya. Mistakes are just proof that you are trying and moving forward. I feel so much better about my cooking now, and I hope our listeners feel more relaxed about their English journey too.
I hope so too. Conversation is a lot like cooking, Jack. You just need the right ingredients. A little hello, a dash of how are you, a bit of active listening, and a lot of smiles.
Wow, that is highly poetic, Maya. The ingredients of conversation. I love that. Now, before we finish today, let's remind our listeners of our question of the day.
Yes, we want to hear from you in the comments section below. Tell us, what did you cook yesterday? Or what is your absolute favorite food to eat or cook? We genuinely love reading your comments and learning more about you.
We really do. It's the highlight of our day. And please, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends. You can even practice the dialogue together. One of you can be Mike, and the other can be Sarah.
That is a brilliant idea, Jack. Practice makes perfect. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye for today.
It was an absolute pleasure as always, Maya. Thanks to everyone for listening.
The pleasure was all mine, Jack. Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye. Take care.